What's happening, people? So, as you can see, Dr. Gero on the screen, or Android 20 on the screen, and of course we knew this. We been knew this figure was coming out, but we finally got an official release date, and we're gonna get to that in a second. I'm swiping through the pictures so y'all can see what's up with him. And there's a decent amount of stuff to talk about, even with these pictures alone. And basically, what we're gonna be using is the release date for this figure to talk about future releases for, well, more specifically, releases for, I'm gonna say early 2024, or maybe some releases later this year. But I'm gonna say early 2024. Now, what's the first thing? First thing we see, I'm gonna swipe to this picture right here. This pose, who could he possibly be holding? What could this pose, where is this pose from? Now, if you're not a super Dragon Ball nerd like me, you'd be like, alright, just tell me already, bombastic. Basically, this is when he was choking out Yamcha, which brings me to the point I wanted to get to. Yamcha is definitely coming out soon. Now, we've seen the 2.0 variations to this. In fact, Yamcha came out before, but that was probably, I think that was supposed to be like a Saiyan Saga Yamcha. We need an Android Saga Yamcha, where he has the spiky flat top, as I like to call it. We need that look for Yamcha for the Cell Saga. Now, S.H.Figuarts suggested that when Yamcha finally does drop, he will be a premium Bandai exclusive. Now, this is just a theory. He's not completely certain on it, but basically, one, it would cover the fight. It would cover one of his theories of them trying to complete the Dragon Ball FighterZ roster. Two, the look that they could do would be with the long hair, which would also help out in terms of it being a look for Dragon Ball Super. And three, of course, they could give him an interchangeable head with the spiky flat top, and then also put him on a new body mold. And the reason, and this brings me to my own theory that I added onto his. I was like, all right, you're saying that Yamcha theory, but let's go take it a little bit further, because we've seen the Yamcha prototypes along with Base Vegeta, which Base Vegeta is going to be included in this theory too, that I had come up with. The thing is, we've seen the prototypes for those figures, and we have yet to see like an official, you see how this figure has all these professional pictures? We've seen those pictures of those figures floating around for the longest, for about 2 years now. And the 2.0 style, and we have yet to see a release of them. So what that tells me is two things. Either one, it'll be, as my man Bursty G said, it's possible that it could be like a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, or some type of con exclusive, New York City Comic-Con exclusive, for either or both the Yamcha and the Base Vegeta. Or two, the reason why they haven't shown them is because they don't even plan on using those molds anymore, and they plan to update the molds. So no point in showing you some old stuff that we're not even planning to release. And that's why we haven't seen like the Yamcha. But at this point, I'm assuming Yamcha is close by. Now the Base Vegeta, that's tentative when it could come out, but I'm only through Base Vegeta in there because he's kind of in the same boat as Yamcha in terms of them showing him off. Now, he could still be like some type of Comic-Con exclusive, like SDC exclusive Base Vegeta, and it would fall in line, because that's what they did with Super Saiyan 2 Goku. They just made him exclusive, even though he's a form that a lot of people have wanted. I'm sure a new Base Vegeta is something that a lot of people want. Now, of course, we got the Tonson heads that came out, but once again, the people that buy third party is still in the minority versus the people that just only buy official release stuff, of course. So, also, moving forward, another release I'm thinking we can expect either this year? Nah, not this year. Let's say early 2024, Q1, is Android 17 and 18, aka the Delinquent Duo. We can definitely expect those two figures. Now the thing is, I'm gonna put a picture of 17's figure up on the screen, and if you look at his hips, don't they look rather familiar? And we're gonna discuss that later in the video, but if you didn't catch on to the familiarity, he has the hips look almost identical to the new Goku's hips. So we basically come full circle in terms of how the figure is like the aesthetic for the articulation. Now, one thing I will say is I was hoping that Android 17 would get like an upgraded mold, but it doesn't seem that will be the case because there's no good reason to. However, one thing I was gonna say is that they could include, I'm gonna put a picture of it on the screen, some type of torso with Android 17 where he has his hand going through Dr. Jiro's abdomen. And I was thinking that would be cause for a new mold for 17, but they don't even really got to do that because, as my man Sayura said, let's just even look at Goku right here. They still trying to push this Goku, which, yo, I'm not even gonna lie. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point they double dip and they give us a updated mold of this Goku during this saga. After that, after they did that World Tour exclusive Namek Saga Goku, and then what, like a month later announced the new Goku shirtless, I don't put anything past them for them to redo figures in the same in the same saga. So that's all I wanted to say about that. Let's move on. Okay, so real quick, Tamashi, I'm on your head top because Sayura always pointed this out to me. If you look in the description of this Instagram post by Tamashi, revealing the release date for Dr. Jiro, notice they don't put, at first we thought this was a general release, right? It's not a general release. You probably already know, premium Bandai release, right? But the thing is, they didn't put that in the description. Now, Sayura's went back and he said they didn't do it for 19 either. Y'all think y'all slick, don't y'all? Not putting that in the description because y'all know people tie all these releases being premium Bandai exclusives. And to be honest, why, I guess it's a good cause for questioning. Why are all these quintessential characters in Dragon Ball premium Bandai exclusives? Now I guess one could argue because of, I don't even know why. Because people only care about, don't necessarily care to have every character from every saga, which could be true. The amount of people out here saying, when we gonna get to Buu Saga stuff is innumerable. But either way, moving on. Alright people, so we on the Tamashi Nation's website, and here we're getting a little overview of the articulation of this new Goku. Thanks to the joint structure, it's possible to decide the Kamehameha pose with even more coolly. So this whole page has been machine translated, so you can expect some of the sentences to be kind of roughly or awkward sounding. Now, but basically they're saying it's easier to do the Kamehameha pose with this new arm articulation. Okay, also, now they're telling us about the wristband, which none of this is the main point. I want to just cover this because I thought it would be interesting. Until now, the armband was a part of the sculpt, but now it's a floating piece, which allows for the wrist to have even more articulation. And you can see it right here in this pose. This part right here, and we're going to get to that really important part right there at the bottom. Basically, that crotch piece is more flexible. The plastic there is more flexible, which is going to give the leg more range of movement. Now, we're going to see how much it helps once we get the figure in hand. Hopefully, something along the lines of what I was hearing about with Chainsaw Man Denji. And, by the way, Chainsaw Man figures will be reviewed on this channel. I just haven't gotten around to it yet, but you can expect that. That's an anime that you will see reoccurring on this channel. But of course, like I always tell ya, Dragon Ball is the main gist of this channel. Although in the future, more anime stuff will be reviewed. Okay, it says with this evolution, it is possible to reproduce many of the fierce hand-to-hand battles shown with full power Frieza in the play. So now we already knew that full power Frieza was coming, but basically what this does is double down and really reconfirm what we already knew, because they saying that we hearing it from the horse's mouth. Because of course, if they showed us this Goku, we had to have a full power Frieza, but now we seen it in writing basically, and I just wanted to show you that because I know a lot of people wanted that full power Frieza. In fact, I wanted the full power Frieza. In fact, I wanted a redone final form Frieza before he buffed up. I wanted a redone version of that Frieza, but we never got it. Which is mad annoying, because we went through the whole Frieza saga to not get a redone version of him. Mad annoying. But either way, with that being said, once again, thank you as always for watching the videos. The Berserker Blue Vegeta video should be out tonight, or this evening rather. In fact, as we speak, it's about roughly an hour and 10 minutes until that video premieres. So this video actually might come out after that. I haven't really decided how I'm going to do it, but at this point I'm thinking this video is going to come out after that, like maybe 2 or 3 hours, maybe 4 hours after that video. So by the time you're seeing this, you're going to be like, what? But either way, thank you for watching the video, if indeed you still are, and until next time, you're dismissed. Goodbye. Drop a 1 if you got that reference.